isn't the set of Allie Hasn't, but it is the set of Beast Wars Wednesday, but this isn't Beast Wars Wednesday.
And this isn't where I parked my car.
It's been a long time since we've all been here in the set. I think we didn't even have the full set in the back at the time. It was like the little table. This is our Q&A to celebrate
Q&A!
our 1,000 subscribers. So we are very late on this because we're...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were meant to do this a while ago. But
when did we hit 1K?
I'd have to look at the...
Oh.
But months ago.
Okay.
It was thanks to a little movie, or a little video that you did called the... Oh, shit, they're in for it now.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. That actually helped quite a bit.
Really awesome
We got
video.
very
If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Link it. Or something.
All right, true. Yeah,
Right here.
so I mean, a lot of this success is because of that video. So if you want to watch it again, check out the link down below. It's downward, I believe.
Okay.
Link in the description. Yeah.
In the video.
Oh yeah, that's right. It could also be there. It's true. It could be neither one of those. Everybody, this is Predacon Paul.
Predacon Paul!
This is Jamie. This is
Decepticon Alley.
Some people are insisting we call her Autobot Alley. But
Yeah!
But if you're Decepticon Doug,
Yeah.
she's got to be Decepticon Alley.
Why?
because we're married.
Because you're married.
So?
You know, women don't always have to take the last name.
Yeah, Paul. Progression.
But on Facebook,
But she
her name's
did.
Halle
That's
Berry.
true. But in this case, she did.
Yeah, I did take.
In your face.
I did take my husband's name.
And I am Decepticon Doug. So this could be a question for all of us. This is from SP2. With the experience and knowledge you have now, what advice would you give your 18-year-old selves?
Ooh. Oh, so this is like a general life question, not particularly.
Some of these are for the channel. A lot of these are for the channel. But some, I guess, this one is a life question.
Don't care so much what people think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was so self-conscious, and I will tell you, as I get older, I don't give a shit what people think. I am much more able to just give my opinion and be like, okay, you don't like it, take it or leave it. But at 18, I was like,
So worried about what people thought.
I did. I wanted to be everybody's friend.
I was kind of the same way too.
I'm still like that. Are you kidding me? I'm just anxious all the time. Just like, oh my god, they don't like me.
Just wait till you get in your 30s, it gets better.
Oh, okay. It gets better.
Yeah.
Don't do so many drugs.
Good advice to yourself.
Oh, Paul. How about you, Doug? Do you want to elaborate anything?
I had a lot of fun when I was in my late teens and early to mid 20s.
But in retrospect, I guess you
It may help me back a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. If I could go back, I'd tell my younger self to push harder. I feel like I could have been further along in a film career if I had if I wasn't so discouraged by being rejected. I give up far too easily, based on I just had some auditions and stuff and didn't get into certain acting programs and stuff because I guess it just wasn't at the level I needed to be yet. And instead of rising to meet that challenge, I just got discouraged and just sort of start to wander. I never really gave up because clearly I'm still here making videos and stuff like that. But I just kind of wish that I wish I got on track a little sooner. I guess the next advice would be I would start YouTube sooner, maybe.
I think you would actually advise your younger self to invent YouTube.
Yes. Again, 18. I guess it was right before YouTube was a thing.
If I can add to that, I probably would have I'd tell 18-year-old Paul pretty much the same thing, but I would have told him to find some kind of focus. At the time, my life was a little bit erratic, but focus on something and then do it to the best of your ability, I think.
Yeah, and I was also unfocused. Yeah. I think that was the problem, is I didn't exactly know. I saw an end goal, and I had no idea how to get there.
My advice for 18-year-old Allie, in the words of the Dixie Chicks, shut up and listen. Instead of talking so much, actually take the time to listen and learn lessons from other people so you don't have to make mistakes that were completely unnecessary.
Can I change my answer to that one?
I'm still a chatterbox now, but I like to think that I do take people's advice and opinions and perspectives into consideration.
Who was the first person?
SP2.
SP2, thank you for your question.
Thank you!
Yes. Down the Rabbit Hole asks, can you tell us the story about the very first time each of you ever played a video game?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Since I played the most recently. I didn't get into video games until
Mass Effect.
No, it wasn't. It was not my first video game. My first video game I played at... Okay, no. Sorry, there's a difference. There are two games that are fundamental to my life. The first game that got me into gaming was Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, that I had a PS3 and I started playing that, and that's what I started getting like a whole bunch of games and actually started building like I guess my own collection, and I became an avid gamer. But my first video game was probably Mario Kart.
Which one?
Double Dash. Yeah.
Which was one we still play today.
We do,
I've
yeah.
never played that.
Really?
You never played Double Dash?
I played the Super Nintendo and the N64 version.
Ooh.
Double Dash is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My first ever video game, I've been playing video games since I was really, really little. And it's either, my first video game is either Bubble Bobble, which I think I played the arcade game first. I just remember being very little and wanting to play it nonstop, and then not being allowed to, and really wishing I did. My memory attached to Mario Brothers, which we had the Nintendo, and that was a game I played all the time. I loved it. But I could never get very far because I was like 4 or 5. We had, at one point, a Japanese student come and stay with my family. And she just cleared through Mario Brothers. And I remember being absolutely stunned that anyone could be that good at video games.
How much older was she than you?
Well, I was like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Either high school or early college.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's significant then.
Yeah, oh yeah. But at the time, I was just the fact that she was like zooming, just hopping off of things, and I was like, I never beat the Mario Brothers until much later in life because once the Nintendo broke, that was it.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm over it now. I have beat it since. But yeah, I just didn't know people could get that good at video games.
I remember playing Pac-Man on an Atari.
Oh, the Atari Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember
My parents played that.
the joystick. And
Don't video game shame Paul. I played Modern Warfare first. I played Pac-Man. You're old!
It was more of curiosity, just like, did my parents play it late in the game, or like, is it more recent than I think it is in my head? My dad is 64, and my mom is 54.
Pac-Man was in the 80s.
Oh.
I was say
Okay.
late in the game, though, because, my...
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Atari's been around for a while, but I don't...
But it's sort of like a mix between that and the original Donkey Kong. Where you're Mario and you're going up the ladder. But I just remember just loving video games. And then I think the next game that I played might have been, like, to my memory, was the original Legend of Zelda. And I sat down and just, like, beat it.
Which, looking back at how, like, obtuse that game is, that's pretty impressive.
I have no clue how I did it.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it when I played it, like, a couple years ago. I had to consult a...
I can't beat games that I used to beat when I was younger.
Yeah,
At this age, that I just don't have the time to invest. Because it's all about patterns and stuff, right? You remember things and you play it over and you play it over and you play it over. And adulting takes up too much processor power.
Our brain is elsewhere because we work and stuff.
I know.
How old-ish
Jobs.
were you when you were playing this?
I have no earthly idea.
Oh.
I just remember being in a basement and, like, there was, like, this old
Sorry, that was-
TV. And there was, like, the television had those chicky things.
Yeah.
Dang.
You turn it on,
Yeah.
the volume knob
pulled
was
it.
the switch
Isn't
that
it when you pull it out?
Yeah.
you had to pull out the power
You
button.
pull it and then
and then you turn...
there was a game cartridge in there and I just turned it on, started playing it, fell in love.
Aw.
And
I was like,
still love Zelda to this day.
Sorry, like, when you said basement, the first thing I thought was, like, Jean-Benet Ramsey.
I have no clue what that is.
How about you, Jamie? How did you, what was your first video game experience?
I think it was probably when my mom bought the Master System and we played Alex the Kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember playing it, and I remember my mom being like, "Oh my god, that game!" Because every time Alex dies, he's like this, like he was screaming.
Oh, no!
Every time you would die, and of course we all died all the time, and so that's what I remember. Because that's the only system we ever had until I was like a teenager, and then I got my own system when I was a bit older. But
What was the next system?
PlayStation 1.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I'm from this
What is this?
to an
This is the Sega
original
Master
PlayStation.
This was supposed to compete with the original Nintendo. And it was succeeded in some markets, but not so much the North American market.
Gotcha.
Down the rabbit hole. Thank you for taking us down the rabbit hole and into my basement.
So, Brenda asks,
Brenda?
I know that you like Beast Wars and the two of you enjoy Star Trek.
These two.
Would you...
Who told you?
Oh, wait. Enjoy Star Trek. Well, I'm new, but I guess we're...
Well, we all enjoy Star Trek.
We all enjoy Star Trek.
Would you be doing a series about Star Trek? Maybe character reviews, since reviewing each episode may take decades. It's true.
Yeah!
Reviewing every episode of Star Trek like we did Beast Wars would be such an undertaking.
I think...
I wouldn't... It would be basically what we...
The problem is I like binge watch when I start watching.
Yeah, me too.
We
could probably do like a greatest hits, like a review Beast Wars style, where we do the synopsis and then our take on the episodes.
Or per season?
Do a season, yeah. I was going
Yeah.
to do a season review.
You could do a season for like...
Oh, but there's so much to unpack in each individual episodes with like... the thing is like...
There is, but you...
In TNG, like classic TNG, like... And Deep Space Nine and Voyager too, like there's so many nuances and so many great little moments per episode that require context. Something as simple as, I don't know, Data's Day, or like when he grows the beard, you know.
What?
Nothing.
I haven't gone there yet.
That's okay. It's not exactly a big spoiler, but
He grows a beard though?
Star Trek is such an undertaking. I don't even know. We'd have to really consider what route to take if we were to go down that road.
What series would you want to focus on if you could do this project?
I feel like I am the most qualified to talk about TNG. I've watched it the most out of all of them by quite a bit. One of the things is that with Beast Wars Wednesday, what was kind of special about it was the fact that no one else had really done what we did before. We looked it up. There are no other shows that covered every episode of Beast Wars. Where TNG and all the Star Trek shows, there's a lot of people who've reviewed it on YouTube.
Yeah. And I think Beast Wars for us was sort of, aside from your "where is it?" Is where we like really connected.
Yeah.
And then the idea for moving pictures and for Beast Wars Wednesday came out of our very productive days at work, where all we would do is talk about Beast Wars, or even like Reboot or any of that stuff. And then we were like, we should do a show where we just talk about it because we've got this great chemistry. And then
now that Beast Wars Wednesday is almost wrapped up, I think we've already started thinking about future shows that we want to review, and Star Trek kind of isn't on the slate. Although I can guarantee we'll be referencing it constantly, because that's already been happening. Lots of Star Trek references. I wouldn't be opposed to reviewing Star Trek stuff. I just don't know exactly how we would do it.
It would be a massive undertaking.
Yes. Yeah. And maybe one day if we are a bigger channel and we have like editing teams, then we can crank out the content faster. Then I would like to actually go down that road.
when Deep Space Nine came out, my brother and we just watched it religiously and caught it every episode as it was airing. So, had a special relationship with that one.
Would you have a preference?
Voyager,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, you're a big Voyager fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Voyager was
love
my-
Captain Janeway.
All right. Next question.
Thanks, Brenda!
Thanks, Brenda.
Brenda's my mom, in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, same name as your mom.
This is from Alien Days 25.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah. It's my brother, in case anyone's wondering. Tell the story of how you two met. I'm guessing Steve's talking about you and I.
I just want to hear the story of, I guess, how we all met each other.
And if you... Okay.
Okay, it started at a party about 10 years ago.
These two? You two?
Yeah.
These two? You two.
With
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Because it was
Labor Day, right?
Labor Day.
Cute.
And she's coming home from work, and her sister's like, "You got to come to this Labor Day party." She's like, "No." And then they're like,
I had a
"There's food
shit day
here."
at work. I
And
had a
she's
really
like,
shit
"I'm there."
day at work.
Aww.
No, it was a shrimp.
The shrimp?
They promised that Kevin would make me shrimp.
Yeah, and Kevin's a phenomenal cook.
Love shrimp.
She shows up, and I'm like, "Ooh, who's that cute redhead?" And then I was like, "Take my Facebook number."
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. She got in her truck and drove off, and then we started hanging out.
So I met Paul actually before Allie. It was late 2012 when I just started at the coffee shop Trees Coffee.
Did you give your resume to me?
I didn't give you my resume to you. You gave me the application form. I was there for a music night, and I heard that you guys were hiring, and
Because we were.
yeah, and he was there. We were after the music night. He was sweeping. And I gotta say, he's doing a great job. He's really doing a good job sweeping that floor, like nothing else I've ever seen. And I was like, I gotta be like this guy. Mm-hmm. And so I asked him if they were hiring. He went to get an application form, passed it back, And I was like, you know what? I think we're gonna be friends.
And then we were friends.
And actually, one of my the funny, really early memory of you and I, when I started working at Trees, I had kind of, almost like it was not too long ago, the 70s-ish hair, and I grew a goatee. And so he introduced himself. He's like, hey, my name's Paul. I'm like, hey, I'm Doug. And we got to know each other a little bit. Not too long after that, I cut my hair short like this, I shaved, and I looked completely different. And so I came into work again, he's like, hey, my name's Paul. I'm like, hey, it's me, Doug. And you're like, what? That's,
You never told me that one. That's funny.
He was floored. Also, our boss, Duran, when he saw me without the stuff, he was like, you look amazing. Don't go to again.
I like him. He's funny.
Duran's the kind of guy who's like, have you had some cheesecake before? Here, it is like harder one.
He would be giving out free samples, and he's like, "Here, take this." And one lady was like, "No, I can't eat it." He's like, "You have to eat it." And she's like, "I'm lactose intolerant." He's like,
He's the kind of guy who'll call you. Hello, it's nice to hear from you again. Yes, how's things going? Oh, it's going really great. Thank you. Okay, bye. Click. Just like. So we're working one night. Was it a music night? And we were looking for a New York cheesecake because somebody had ordered a New York cheesecake. And I'm at the till, and I think I was also making the coffee as well. Person on the till makes the coffee. No, person on the till does the cheesecake. I can't remember. Either way, he's in the fridge looking for the cheesecake, and he does this.
So yeah, I'm looking for a New York cheesecake or something. I can't for the life of me find it, and I go, "Where is it?"
And I'm like, Men in Black. He's like, yeah. We started just every shift. It was just like we're talking about.
It was very distracting.
Sci-fi or whatever.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot of work done.
And they've been together ever since.
And then we started talking Beast Wars, and we're like, "That's my favorite show. No, that's my favorite show." And then
And you fell in love again.
I don't remember exactly how we came up with the idea to start reviewing it on YouTube. I don't exactly remember how that came to be.
We were standing. Actually, I remember. So there's like, I can't remember whose idea it was, but we're like, oh, we would just like joked about it, like, oh, we should do this as a YouTube thing, because we had so much to talk about. This had been like a couple months since you were working there, and then one day, we just were like, yeah, I don't know, we've got so much to say about the show. We should do a thing.
But then eventually we actually made it happen, and
here you are.
And here we are. I actually wanted to review Beast Wars before I knew you. I was thinking about it a long time ago, and it was just something that I could never quite.
It's random.
I could never quite get off the ground, and I think maybe when you pitched it, I was something like, hey, wait a second, this is something I want to do for a while. The door is opening, I should do it, I should just go and do it. And
that took us like a year.
yeah, it took us a while to get it off the ground, but then we did.
And then we filmed that first episode in a very hot apartment.
It was so hot.
That was shortly before you and I met.
Yes, actually, the first episode of Beast Wars Wednesday was shot. It was shot before I met you, but it was released after.
Was that 6-month gap there?
Yeah, well, that's true. It took me a long time to edit that first episode. I just didn't exactly know how to do it.
And like Paul and Doug and I met at Trees, except I wasn't working.
No, she was a customer, and I was just looking at her
a
like...
paying customer.
It's true.
Oh.
She did. She bought a raspberry cheesecake and a hot chocolate.
I met you at a music night, like how you met Paul. Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Hey,
Yeah, those music nights just they bring
magical.
They bring people together.
who can we thank for the music nights? Is it
Okay.
Carly Rae?
It's true. This is all because of Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yo, she used to work at that Trees like a couple years before I started there.
Yeah, and she's the one who started the music nights.
So if it wasn't for Carly Rae Jepsen, you wouldn't have moving pictures.
Yeah.
And we would never have been married.
Yeah. So how about that?
And the world wouldn't have Beast Wars Wednesday.
This is the title of the video is
Q&A answers. Thank you, Carly Rae.
No, this is like honestly, if she ever watches this, thank you.
Yeah.
Honestly, from the bottom of my heart.
So how did you and I meet? We met at music night.
We met at music night. And apparently we were checking each other out. She is actually not super subtle about it either. So definitely a lot of times where I kind of caught her looking at me. I'm like, if anything, it was like the little boost I needed. I'm like, oh, but she actually might be into me.
Yeah, who said I was trying to be subtle?
She's sitting there with like binoculars and writing stuff down.
She ain't been watching the music. I don't know. But anyways, I wrote a note because I just couldn't let her go. I couldn't let her just like walk out. I got to give her a number. I just gotta. And then I just wrote a little note saying.
That's like coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get coffee, essentially.
Yeah, let's get coffee. Yeah, here's my number. Your friendly neighborhood barista. Because, hey, she's got to know that I'm into Spider-Man. I can't bury the lead. And then she texted me not too long after I gave it to her.
Yeah, and we had a first date and a first kiss the next night, and then not even 2 years later, you proposed, and then we got married recently. How did Joey, jeez. How did Jamie and Allie meet? Doug dragged me here like a dead deer, and then I met the wonderful Jamie, and I was resurrected back to life.
I think I met Jamie because she would come and pick up Paul sometimes from trees.
Probably.
I can't remember any specific moment, but...
I met you at Trees, but you weren't working at Trees. You were working as a security guard already. You were in uniform. You came in straight to me going like, hey, have you seen Doug? I'm just like, who are you? You scared me because you were intimidating. You were very tall. But then you were really... Then I immediately saw you were super friendly. It was very easy to be like, just...
He's in the back.
I think that's what I said.
He's like, thank you.
Thanks, Steve, for the question.
He actually also asked another question. Is there a project that we'd love to do but is have deemed impossible?
Star Trek.
All right, there we go. Oh, actually, I forgot. There's a guy on the Instagram who has asked me a question over the Messenger. He wants to know our top 5 Beast Wars episodes. It really is a hard one to place because ever since we started doing Beast Wars Wednesdays, my favorite have kind of been revised.
Mine too.
So like, I used to think Aftermath was my favorite, and then we watched it, and I'm like, we give it like a 3.5 out of 5 because I love the beginning, but the end does like really not work.
And I remember being a kid thinking that the Trigger Part 1 and Part 2 was like the best of all the Beast Wars episodes.
Right.
And we watched it, and I think we gave it like 3 stars.
If I had to pull out 5 off of the top of my head,
or out of his butt,
either side works. I guess.
Don't make me use the other end.
The Code of Hero.
Number 1.
The Other Voices, 1 and 2. I will count as one episode.
Which one's that one? Other Voices?
That was the season finale of season 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like Spider's Game a lot.
Coming of the Fusors, maybe? That's a really good
do
episode.
really like Coming of the Fusors.
It's got a great payoff on the second.
Coming of the Fusors, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, why not? And maybe Fallen Comrades. There's a scene in there where Optimus and Dinobot. Optimus is in the CR tank, and it's the scene that's in the it's just a dialogue scene.
The bridge. Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I just find it so well directed, and its atmosphere is so good.
It's perfect because they're racing against the clock, and the Maximals are losing the race, right? And then they take out the bridge, and then Optimus is just like, and he's not even himself. He's kind of like talking like this.
Like he's basically talking as if he's kind of in a dream state.
Yeah, and it's like soft and echoey, and there's not really much sound, and Dinobot's there, and he's like,
So yeah, Fallen Comrades I would put up there. So there you go, that's 5. I don't know if this is a definitive top 5, but there you go. There's my quick answer off of ones that I know that I absolutely love.
Code of Hero is the top one. That was probably my favorite of them all. Number 2. I'm trying really hard to think. Honestly, I have no idea. Transmutate. Probably number 2.
Oh yeah, Transmutate's another classic.
Yeah. Probably the season finale, season 1.
Other Voices, yep.
Other Voices. And what am I at, 3 now?
Yeah.
4 would probably be Coming of the Fusors. And 5, I am going to have to say... That's not helping. Maybe Possession, just because like I had the most fun filming that episode.
Okay, so that's maybe one of your favorite episodes of Beast Wars Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Possession. Sure.
Jose, thank you for your question. It's really tough. I mean, I had to dig deep.
We got 3 questions from Jacob Weber, or is it Weber?
Jacob Weber, yeah. He was on Indian Road Trip.
Oh, so he's someone you know.
Oh, dude.
What do you think your beast modes would be?
Cat.
I was thinking some kind of cat. I really do connect a lot with cats. I hang out with cats a lot. Although there are some downsides to being a cat, like having to lick your butt. But then again, if it's just my beast mode, I don't really need to do that because I'm not, and then I'm a robot, and then
There you
it's
go.
not necessary. So yeah,
Okay, does this pertain to? Is this like a Patronus? Like,
yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, sure. Is that and you know the beast wars with the characters? They're to some degree their influence, their personality is kind of like reflective of their beast modes.
I gotta be like a golden retriever or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Allie's a golden retriever.
Mm-hmm. I like going out for walks. I like other dogs. I like food. I sleep everywhere.
Yeah, but you would never defend the base, though.
No.
Megatron would walk in, you'd be like, hey, you want to see where our stuff's at?
I'd be like tail wagging, going, "What's up, man?" I'm not threatening at all.
I'd probably be like an eagle or a falcon or something.
Oh yeah, there we
Like a
go.
bird.
Air Razor.
Like a bird of prey of sorts. And I like flying. I love the idea of flying.
If I had to pick a beast mode, I don't know. What is my personality like?
Bear.
A bear?
I was gonna say bear too.
Yeah, I think a bear.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you ever plan to do more Black Dog videos? Yeah.
Well, is Black Dog going to stay in business?
They're open again, so
We went there recently.
they're still ticking. I would like to. I think it just kind of fell by the wayside because it was hard to get. Those videos didn't really get a lot of traction.
I think those are the ones I edited. That's right.
Well, I don't know if it's because that. I think it's just because we. I think I think what it is because they were obscure movies, and so like there's no one's looking for videos about frogs, unless they're looking for videos about actual frogs. I don't know. I feel like it is something that should work better when the channel's a bit bigger.
Maybe. Because
Yeah.
Cinemassacre is doing the same thing.
Because basically, you just when we're at a certain level,
Instead of trying to hit a niche market.
yeah, it's people who watch our videos and then we shine a spotlight on movies that they might not know. Where when we were doing the Black Dog video reviews, we were an unknown YouTube channel trying to make videos about movies that are unknown, and it's like, well, no wonder nobody watched them.
We got like 5 or 6 views. I'm proud of
There were
it.
a few. But at the same time, I liked the videos. I thought they were fine. I just, but yeah, I can see why they didn't get a lot of traction.
So short answer: in the future.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. And again, it would be great for Black Dog because I really, really want them to survive. I really like the fact that we still have a video store.
You know, Blockbuster and like Rogers Video is the reason why, and like good like cover art is the reason why I watched so many B-movie like horror movies when I was a kid. You'd go into these different sections. I didn't know what a B-movie was, and then I'd see the cover art. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
watch it. And I did. My mind at that time didn't know the difference between a good film and a bad film, right? And I'd watch it and I'd enjoy it.
Or sometimes you'd be like, well, that didn't live up to the cover at all.
Yeah, that happened a few times.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that the question's even here, that because it means that somebody watched our Black Dog video reviews and kind of would like to see more.
That
So
was very
that's-
lovely.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Who was that?
We're
That
still on
was-
Jacob Weber. Weber.
Jacob.
Sorry, Weber?
Jacob, you're such a smart guy. And he wears glasses, so you know you can trust him.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. People who wear glasses are really
And he
smart.
got such a huge sunburn when we were filming Indian Road Trip.
I remember you were toasted brown.
It was this shirt I was wearing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. I've never seen you so brown before.
I took my
Nice.
shirt off and it looked like I was wearing a white t-shirt.
His last question is, what's Paul's workout routine like?
Hey.
Well, push-ups, sit-ups, and plenty of juice. Is that a serious question? I gotta answer it.
Well, it's on
It's-
here.
it's-
So,
Okay.
so
My workout
Still from
routine,
Jacob.
yeah, you
was-
have to take it up with him.
I wouldn't really call it like a bro split, but it was like chest and tries, back and buys, and then legs and
A
arms.
lot of running.
And I used to run like, when I was like at my peak physical condition, a couple years ago, I was running like 5K a day.
Woo. Damn.
So I was crushing it, but I was also lifting heavy weight at the same time too. And I lost a lot of weight because of intermittent fasting, because I got, big-ish. I wasn't like huge or anything, but then I had intermittent fast for a year and I lost so much weight. I was like really lean. So yeah, just a basic routine.
I think the fasting did the most for your weight loss.
Mhm.
And then the running.
All right. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob.
Wow.
Big Daddy Reviews asks, are you going to review other Transformers shows such as Armada, Energon, Cybertron, Transformers Prime, or animated?
Well, we're not really into Transformers.
I mean, actually, to be honest, you're joking, but also like not joking, because we're not like deep into Transformers like some people are. There are people who are like hardcore into Transformers.
Religious about it.
If you all go onto the Transformers subreddit, people are like, here's my collection, and it's a whole wall.
Oh, I don't
like,
doubt it.
Of like so many Transformer toys. It's insane.
I would probably have a difficult time reviewing any of the shows post Beast Wars, aside from obviously Beast Machines, because we owe it to review that show. Because it sort of came out like right after Beast Wars ended. And I had actually watched the first couple episodes. It I didn't really think it was great. But the reason why I think I would have difficulty at my current age is because I would be constantly comparing it, I think, to Beast Wars, because Beast Wars is such like a staple of my childhood. And it's one of those shows that I was still young and everything was super magical. And I'm sure there's like wonderful kid shows out these days. I just don't think I would have the patience to sit through and watch another show like that. I don't think it would have the same impact, and I wouldn't see what people who grew up with those particular Transformer shows see.
For me, I wouldn't be against some of them, but like truth be told, there's some of these shows I saw bits of it and I didn't care for. Armada, I just didn't really want to get into it. Energon was kind of just I think it was just more Armada. Transformers Prime, I have seen the first season of. It's actually pretty good, and I wouldn't mind reviewing that.
Okay, I'll give that a watch myself.
But I've only seen the first season. Apparently it gets even better, but only the first season's on Netflix, so that's the only one I watched. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. As we mentioned in the other video that we shot last week, I would personally, probably not as the duo, I might start reviewing some G1 Transformers. Just because I think that's... I think that'd be kind of fun, if I can kind of make it work. But I don't know, it'd be tough to do an episode-by-episode review for some of these shows, because I think you gotta really love what you're watching to do that kind of thing. And we really love Beast Wars. And at this point, we're really invested because Beast Machines is a continuation of that story. So I'll say some, but I don't think we want to do all Transformers series. That kind of investment into Transformers is just not something I personally want to put into it.
I think the passion that you guys have for Beast Wars is like the same I have for Teen Titans. Like the one that aired in 2004, I could review every single episode, and there's like 5 seasons in there. Such a good show.
I mean, we could make it happen if you wanted to. If you want.
Hey, let me know if you want to do that, because I'm totally in.
Would you guys be wanting to watch some Teen Titans?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. There you go. Thanks for the question, Big Daddy Reviews.
Big Daddy Reviews.
I love that name.
I wonder, we should probably look to see what Big Daddy's reviewing, because... okay, Dinobot 65 asks a few questions.
I like your name.
Who do you think would win in a fight between... Oh, a fight to the death, to be specific. Between Dinobot and Dinobot 2 without any sort of interference?
That's not even fair.
I think...
Well, okay, what's the setting? Like, is it just a chance encounter in the wild?
Like, they stumble upon each other like...
Who's Decepticon Doug?
I mean, if you talk about just sheer firepower, Dinobot 2 would... if they ran at each other, weapons out, Dinobot 2 would shred through Dinobot. If Dinobot had the drop on Dinobot 2, I could see him pulling off a maneuver that would take Dinobot 2 out.
Here's the thing. Dinobot 2 was ridiculously OP because he floored Optimal Optimus, and Optimal Optimus was ridiculously OP. Yeah, if Dinobot got the drop on him, Dinobot 2, if we're going with what's canon, doesn't have the same instincts or battle prowess or anything that the original Dinobot has. But if we're going with Dark Glass Dinobot 2, he would have all those experiences. So it really depends on which Dinobot 2 we're going with.
Fair enough. I didn't even think about it. The post Dark Glass would be different. All right, what's the next question then, Allie?
How would you want Dark Glass to go down if the episode was in your hands?
I guess a plot summary? Jeez, I don't know. I mean, just from what I know about it is...
So what's the basic premise? Like the
basic premise was that Rattrap was trying to reach out to Dinobot 2 to upload the old Dinobot's memories.
Which he downloaded before at the beginning of Code of Hero. He put this thing in the thing, and then he was like,
the thing.
Yeah, and then you see if he could get his old friend back, and then Dinobot 2 was like, no way, Jose.
With that huge claw.
But I guess the corruption of Rampage's spark basically put the blockade, and so it kept him evil. I don't know if I could sit down here and write the episode, but I just wish it was made.
I'm gonna take a stab at this one.
Okay.
Okay, so Rat Trap basically quits Primal's Perfect Pizza Parlor, and then heads straight to Mega Shakes to get a job. And Megatron is like, "I like your resume." When Dinobot is on break, he gets him behind him and he zaps him.
Makes sense.
Never transfer. Yeah.
And then
I think it would have to be an episode where it shows, because, okay, you gotta, I mean, this is a lot to unpack here. Okay, I'm just gonna, Dinobot is so far out of Rat Trap's league physically that Rat Trap would have to pull out all of his tricks to get him to a point where he could download the information into Dinobot. And it would be interesting if, like, by the end of it, Dinobot has him on, like, death's door and is about to, like, destroy him, and then has a moment where he sees his friend and then lets him go another time, and then he leaves. Something like that. I think that if it ended like that, as like the download is happening, and then it, like, he's still corrupted, but he still sees his friend in there for some reason.
And he just has a moment where he just, like, lets him go, and then he's like, "Why did I do that?"
not even that. Just like a Dinobot, like, flippant kind of like, "You're beneath me. Like, I'm not going to kill you." So he gets that sense of honor back that Dinobot has, where, like, Dinobot 2 doesn't care about hitting you if you're down. But once the download's complete, he doesn't know why, but he lets him live because because that code of honor is in him.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you think Dinobot 2 was a wasted character and a cheap cash-in on, at the time, Dinobot's skyrocketing popularity?
I think we actually touched on this in Code of Dinobot 2. Feral Scream.
So, short answer?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I mean, they wound up kind of using him well in the end, but yeah, all in all, it felt like it would have been just fine to even just bring in a new character.
If he would have, actually, if they would have had the Dark Glass episode, then it would not have been such a...
It would have felt more meaningful.
It would have been so much more meaningful.
It would have given it actually more justification for it happening.
Yeah.
And so, that I guess the answer to that is yes, but not if the series went according to plan.
So, last question. Do you have any issues with Dinobot's arc in Season 2, and how would you change those problems to make Dinobot more interesting?
It sounds to me like you don't think Dinobot's that interesting.
I don't really have a lot of issues with that arc, other than I think that it was... I think we voiced a few concerns in our Maximal No More review.
You should link the videos in which you talk about these
Yeah.
things. So what's your short answer then?
I think I just would have maybe cleaned up Maximal No More a little bit better, and felt more like... have it feel more like... understand why Dinobot briefly went back to the Predacons. But all in all, like, I wouldn't mess with it too much. I think that it's probably one of the strongest story arcs in the series.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dinobot65.
I think he likes the character.
I think so.
So there's a question from Dr. Bodyhammer. Okay. The question is, who would win in a fight? And there are 3 questions. I think how we'll do this, I'll say it, and then I guess you guys can say, after 3, 2, 1, say it at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah? Sounds good? Okay, so who would win in a fight? G1 Prime or Transmetal 2 Megatron?
G1
3, 2, 1.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1.
Prime.
Prime.
You were supposed to say it at the same time. You
I know,
counted
but
down.
I'm sorry. I when I was counting, I realized I wasn't thinking about what the answer would be.
All right.
But yeah, we're like, Optimus Prime.
Okay. Black Arachnia or Air Razor? 3,
Air-
2. Oh my God, Paul! Jamie, please count them in.
Okay, and I would say maybe Black Arachnia because she... Well, actually, Air Razor has the air advantage. And she gets... But Black Arachnia, if she gets her with the Cyber Venom, boom, she's down. So who gets the first shot?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then last one. Tigatron or Cheetor? 3, 2, 1.
Tigatron.
Ooh.
Hey, you did it. You got it.
Yay!
Thank you, Dr. Bodyhammer.
Yes,
Okay. SB2 asks, what are your thoughts on the upcoming live-action Beast Wars movie? I didn't realize that there was a new...
Who's directing it?
That one is.
So that's your first thought, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, what's the creative team behind it? Is it? Also, first of all, I'm very skeptical if it's going to happen. I want to see more than just rumors before I get my hopes up, and then after that, I would just want to know the creative team behind it. Regardless, it won't spoil Beast Wars for me, even if it's not something I wound up liking. I would like to see it. I would like to see it.
I would be skeptical,
Mm-hmm.
but if they brought in Gary Chalk and they brought in Scott McNeil,
You know, just bring in the cast. Bring in they're all still alive as far as I know.
yeah, bring it.
They just bring in the same cast.
Bring in the cast
They're all-
and do the same thing with their voices as they did G1 Optimus for the Michael Bay films, where they like modernized it a bit and made him sound more real and like larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
Just do that. The arc in Beast Wars is just so huge. You couldn't. That is a series of movies. If they're just making one, I just don't think they could do it justice.
Yeah, I could see a trilogy working.
What would the plot be?
Well, I mean, that's the thing is I don't know what they would want to go with first. Yeah, I guess you'd have to kind of find what overall story arcs really work in the series and just rewrite them and try and make them work in a couple features.
And have some of the great character moments between like our top players, you know, like Dinobot and Rat Trap. Have that friction between Dinobot and Optimus Primal, you know. There's a Maximal way and he's like, Maximal.
I really wonder what they would do. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to say what I would think of it because I just know nothing about the creative decisions being made. If
They should consult us before they make the movie. That's what I think.
Hey, yeah, I'd be up for that. Yeah, there you go. That's the official answer. We'd like to have some creative say in it. We are experts on the subject of Beast Wars. So
Thanks, SP2.
Thanks,
Okay,
SP2.
so we have another question from Big Daddy Reviews.
oh,
Weird saying that one.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the Michael Bay Transformers movies, and can you review them?
I wouldn't mind reviewing them.
I could do that. I wouldn't mind reviewing them. Have you guys seen any of the movies?
I've seen the first one and the half of the second
I've
one.
seen whatever you've seen. I don't remember.
Does Bumblebee... Oh, wait, no, it's Michael Bay.
So Bumblebee's
Bumblebee's
out of
in
the
it.
picture.
Oh,
I
I like that one.
Well, yeah, I like Bumblebee a lot as well. Yeah.
The first Michael Bay Transformers movie blew my hair back.
It was amazing.
I loved it. Every minute of it. And there was... Maybe it's because I sat in line for 3 hours and waited for the movie. And then we went and watched it. And then in the theater, there's moments where the crowd just erupted in cheers. Like the moment where Blackout's rotors stop and then they fold back and then you hear like the transforming sound and the whole crowd went... Or the part where you see like Optimus hide and then you see like this truck go by and then it just like finishes transforming. They catch the end of it. The entire crowd just lit up there too because it was Optimus Prime. Like... Just moments like that. The music was really, really well done too, and I don't know.
I also remember when I saw the Transformers movie for the first time in the theaters. It was actually quite a magical experience. There was a lot of love in the air, and people were very excited. I think the movie mostly still holds up. I think we watched it again not long ago.
Yep.
And yeah, there's a lot that really works about it. I think that there are some cracks that I did see. There's some things that I wish they kind of didn't do. But it's more like moments. It's just like moments where I'm like, okay, well that's really stupid.
Like Bumblebee peeing on
yeah,
7?
stuff like that. I'm like, well that's completely unnecessary. And if you removed it, nothing would be changed except the movie would be a little bit better. But overall, I'd say as a whole, the first movie really works.
Like the second movie suffered from, as Sir Jeremy Jahns would say, sequelitis. There's no way you could make it better than the first movie, but they made a lot of mistakes, I think, in writing the film. There's simple things that worked really, really well in the first movie that the fans reacted very well to, and then they made them bigger, like making his parents a bigger part of the film, the Sector 7 guy making him a bigger part of the film, and all that stuff. Even though I really love him as an actor as well, and I think he was always a pleasure to see on screen.
That was the same problem with Men in Black too. Because they just tried to do all the same, well, people love Frank the Pug. Let's make him a bigger part of the movie.
Let's give him a freaking pug suit too. Like,
And
I thought that was kind of cute though.
I mean, cute, but it's like I think to the detriment of the movie as a whole, I'd say. I hated the second movie so much. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in a movie theater.
You're talking about Transformers?
Yeah. Where I was like watching it through my fingers, going like, "This is horrible." Like I just could not believe how much I hated Revenge of the Fallen. If you want us to review it, looking for like affirmation that they're good, you're probably not going to get it on our channel.
I did think Devastator getting rocked by that railgun was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's, again, it's the opposite of the first movie where there's moments where I'm like, oh, that's a little dumb, they should probably remove that. Where in the second movie, there's moments where I'm like, oh, that was actually kind of cool. But the overall was hot garbage. I hated it. And the third movie, I watched that one, and
is that the one with Leonard Nimoy?
Yes. And it was better than the second. There were some moments where I was on board, but then it just kept going. It just kept going, and I was so sick of it by the end. And I'm like, no, I decided I was never going to watch a Transformers movie.
Which is the one with Transformers Jesus? Where Shia LaBeouf sees like the... Oh,
when Shia LaBeouf goes to Transformers Heaven?
Yeah.
That was the second one.
Okay, yeah, I thought that was really dumb.
Yeah, that was so anyways, I haven't seen the fourth or fifth movie. I've
seen 3 of them.
Okay. Yeah.
So thank you, Big Daddy Reviews. And if you got a notification about a dislike and then a like on your comment, that was me during this filming. I'm sorry. We have a few more questions from Dr. Bodyhammer.
Oh, we got more from Dr.
Yes. The rest of them will be from him.
Oh, okay.
So, quick answers for this one. Favorite toy you wish was in Beast Wars?
Favorite toy?
Yeah.
We wish was in Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Maybe favorite Beast Wars toy that wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
I know what he's going to say.
Okay.
Baboom.
Yeah, either Baboom or Cyber Shark.
I
would have loved either of those two. That'd be great.
I want the friggin' iguana thing.
Iguanas.
Yeah, because I kicked your ass with him.
Oh yeah, when he played the game. That's right. Yeah.
My dude.
You've already answered what your favorite episodes are. What is your least favorite episode?
I know what you're gonna say.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow is garbage.
And the one where they go blind.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
Didn't you hate that one because they went flat and then?
No, well, I just hate that part. I didn't hate the episode as a whole. The episode as a whole, I like.
Okay.
But no, when I think of worst episodes, like by quite a wide margin, it's Go with the Flow.
Go with the flow, yeah, number 1.
Yeah.
For hatred.
Oh, jeez. What would you have liked from a fourth season?
Wait a second.
Oh.
Isn't Go with the Flow what they replaced
Dark Glass
with?
So
it's like that amplifies the hatred.
Well, that's why, because Dark Glass, there was the studio that they said, no, you can't do this, it's too dark. And that's why Go with the Flow was written in a rush. And it was just a filler episode because it was not part of the story arc.
Okay, so to quote James Rolfe, what were you thinking?
So, yeah.
What would you have liked from a fourth season? Do you want to read the...
How about a better arc?
Oh, get wrecked.
Oh, they rushed the last one.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing, is that it might have been nice to, at the very least, I don't know about like planning out a fourth season, but at the very least, to have the final character arcs, more episodes of them. Like, just give it more time. Give season 3 more episodes to breathe. You could do that as a long season 3 or season 3 to season 4. So it's not about adding a season 4. It's more about stretching season 3 so that it doesn't feel so fast. It goes by. So much happens in season 3, but it's only 13 episodes long. Oh, and then there's Go on the Flow in there, so there's 12 episodes.
If you could be any character from Beast Wars, who?
Oh, so an existing one. I guess, would you be living out their fate or storyline?
As a kid, I really liked Cheetor.
You were so reckless then.
I was very reckless. Because I was a kid and he was the kid of the team.
Aww.
But in real life, I'm more of a waspinator.
I mean, he does the voice a lot.
I knew that arm looked new.
Oh, that's awesome.
But for who I'd want to be, so what the question was, what again?
If you could be any character from Beast Wars.
If I could be any character, I still kind of connect with Cheetor. It's because I always feel like I always feel like kind of like a new guy. Like I don't really know what I'm doing.
I would say if I could be any character, it would have to be Optimus Primal. But like season 1 Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
He's by far and above my favorite character. I love Dinobot, but something about Primal, I think the reason why I like him is the same reason I like Captain America. They're just great leaders, and they do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's always like their motto. That they live by a code of do the right thing. I like that.
What would you think Jamie would be? Unless you have one chosen already.
Maybe Rhinox.
You want to be a Rhinox?
I just like him.
Yeah, I can see you being a Rhinox. You know, just you got a handle on the situation. Yeah, good in a crisis. Let's see, who would Allie be if I were to give her a character?
Who's the golden retriever of the team?
Silverbolt?
I don't know what that even means, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Silverbolt. Just kind of a. Although you're not as dumb as Silverbolt.
As dumb?
Oopsie.
Thanks.
I
have my moments.
Is there a character you wish had lived longer in Beast Wars? Oh, I know the answer.
Oh, you go
Ooh,
first.
Go
You
first.
Transmutate.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Transmutate.
He's so sweet.
It's a she, apparently.
She's so sweet.
Quirky and innocent, but still had a grasp of good and bad.
So I think it would be really. That being said, I think. I mean, maybe because I don't quite remember Transmutate well, though. But I think
We can watch the episode.
Would
after.
Transmutate be too strong? Like, is that why? Do you think? Because I thought Transmutate was quite
Hella powerful.
Very
powerful,
yes.
and I think it would have just to keep as a character. I get why they couldn't.
It
It would
added.
have nerfed everybody, wouldn't it? Like they would have had to.
I mean, like, how would Transmutate even fit in the greater story? Well, like, would Transmutate was so innocent? Like, you couldn't come onto my team, and then someone would be like, "Hey, come over to our side," and they would just walk over there.
Yeah, it would.
I feel like I would be Transmutate then.
Transmutate was very limited intelligence. Like,
Super
Have you
limited.
seen the Transmutate episode?
no.
We're watching it. I've decided this.
Okay. I would say maybe depth charge, or at the very least, I would have liked to have seen depth charge more because he was sidelined for so much of season 3, and he was. I feel like you just kind of got to know his character, and then they kind of benched him, and then he died, and I just. I mean, I like how his story concluded. I thought that was the best way to go. I don't know, but I just would have liked to see more depth charge. I think they should have done more with his character.
Agreed. I would love for, and this is two characters, Pterosaur and Scorponok. Now, the reason why is the inclusion of Inferno, especially if the two of them were transmetal, which they were transforming before they fell into the lava, would have been so interesting because Pterosaur is such a devious schemer that he'd do something and then you could see that conflict in the Predacon camp between Inferno and him. And obviously, Scorponok is Megatron's number 2, and then with Inferno there, and they're both incredibly loyal. They'd be like trying to one up each other in loyalty for Megatron, and that would have been hilarious to watch. I think it would have given us some great content.
Yeah, because there wasn't actually that much overlap between Inferno and Pterosaur and Scorponok.
Name a Predacon other than Dinobot or Black Arachne you think could have joined the Maximals and why? Ooh, it's a big.
I got one already. Waspinator.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say funny.
I don't even know why Waspinator. It took him a long time to quit the Preds. Yeah, just because I think he was sick of being a Predacon and being treated as if he was worth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The Predacons are the bad guys?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
More from Dinobot 65.
Dinobot. My dude.
Since Dark Glass isn't canon, depending on who you ask, I count it as canon. How do you think Dinobot 2... Oh,
It has to be canon because of the whole... And he was transforming.
yeah. So he's asking, how do you think Dinobot 2 regained the original memories and values? And the answer is we decided that we want Dark Glass to be canon, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's a completely... a blank protoform with half of X's spark, and they just happened to use a drop of Dino DNA. Or did he?
He must have gotten Dinobot's DNA from somewhere. I don't know. It's all over the place. You know, they get in fights all the time. Do you think that the episode Dark Glass was hinted to be canon in Nemesis when Ratchap says, old Chopper faces clone? Who would have thought? With him stating that sarcastically... yeah, basically... I guess kind of it was implied. Yeah, the thing is, all the implications are there that Dark Glass happened. And so that's why we want to basically say that it's canon. So thank you Dinobot 65. Oh, here's one from Niles Nemo. I see some of your Lego in the background from time to time. What other sets do you have? So I guess that one's for me specifically. I have a lot of Lego from the early to late 90s. Yeah, a lot of it is in shambles, in boxes. I would love to... Actually, Allie and I had a bit of a project going on over a year ago where we were rebuilding some of my old sets. But now we just kind of have a room right now, so we don't have space to build them and put them on display anywhere. I have almost all of the UFO Lego sets.
Oh, cool.
I'm missing one, and it was one of the big ones. I would love to get it someday, actually. Somebody, actually, may have even been this same person, but somebody at some point asked if I ever wanted to go over some of my Lego sets, and just kind of talk about them on the channel at some point. And the answer is yes, I would love to. I just need to fix them and then have them on display to some degree. My old Lego is actually very special to me. It was the two things I owned as a kid that were really great was Lego and Beast Wars toys, and I kept most of all of them. So
when I was a kid, I had like one of those big bags with 5,000 pieces of Lego or whatever.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I built a square Deep Space Nine. I was so proud. I had to like turn it sideways to get it through a door. I had docking pylons, a center core area, the whole nine, and I would like have little like my starships like dock, and then I had like, all these like, and I also built a Lego Dominion battleship as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was
cool.
It was impressive. I took it to my buddy's place, and he was all like, "My Lego's better because it's a set," and he had like all this stuff, and I'm like, "Well, mine didn't come with instructions."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, freestyle Lego's great. Yeah. Like just making your own thing.
Yeah. So in your bra, Corey, I love you.
And you only had freestyle Legos as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only had like
Fuck yeah.
And he also says outside of Transformers, what other kind of stuff do we collect? He likes his Enterprises.
I like my old toys. I got this from a flea market, and it's an original from '91, and I talked him down from 25 to 20, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, here you go." And I checked on eBay and like Amazon; these are going for like $70 even without the box.
Jeez.
I've got a Saba, video games. I've got quite the collection of systems.
Yeah, actually, it's a good collection of consoles.
It's nowhere near like console enthusiasts level of collection. I'm sort of like I like a little bit here, a little bit there. Just things that I grew up with.
Yeah.
Do you collect anything out of curiosity?
Coins.
I do.
Do you collect coins?
I have a money collection. I don't. I guess I add to it once in a while.
Very nice.
I collect game systems.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dang.
He's got a collection as well.
New game systems. So.
Honestly, I collect probably too many things because I also the retro games. I collect vinyl, music. I'm a big music fan.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I have a DVD collection too. I do. I'm trying to get a nice collection, not of the stuff that everybody has, but of some really weird movies and just stuff that like is a little bit more out there but really reflects my personality. Because I feel like there's so many movies you can just go and like watch on some streaming service or whatever, but not everything has these movies. It's just kind of a nice collection of my faves.
I do. I'm right there with you. I like having a collection that I can see.
And also because like I watch Netflix as much as anybody, but like it doesn't keep everything.
No,
like
it's true.
it just rotates through stuff all the time. So there's always something to watch on Netflix, but the chances of you thinking of I'd like to see that movie and it being on Netflix is actually not that great. Some filmmakers are going to release their stuff and it's going to be on streaming or going to be like you can buy it through like the iTunes store or whatever. Or sometimes they'll just be a very limited physical release. Physical media sometimes is going to become more of a collector's market. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of interest, to be honest. I'm a media sponge. Video games, movies, music. I just really like it all. Except, well, I guess old video games anyway. I'm a bit of a hard sell when it comes to the newer stuff. But
You want to take one guess what I collect?
you like books and Mass Effect stuff.
Yes, that math. Like I was actually thinking, if I collect anything, it's either poetry books or just Mass Effect things in general. I can't say like because I have the Omni tool, which was actually given by you. I have some
You have an Omnitool?
I have the Omnitool. I
It was a
have.
good find. She liked that one.
Oh god, that was so awesome. I have like a few apparel items, so like a few sweaters, and I also like have a couple figurines. One of them is the male Commander Shepherd, and one of them was like there's a standee of the female Commander Shepherd, which is signed by Jennifer Hale. But I think like the actual game of Mass Effect, I have various iterations. I have a whole bunch of them on the PS3, PC, and I have like the like collector's edition or just like the regular trilogy.
Actually, I didn't even think about this. I don't know why, but I'm that exact same way with Halo. I've got like the original Xbox Halos 1 and 2. I have them again for like Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I got the Platinum Edition ones, and then I've got like the trilogy, and then I've got like the collector's editions. So I've got like a drawer that's got just multiple copies of different types of Halo. And I've got, I think, all the original released Halo books that were Bungie. Yeah, Halo is probably my favorite game franchise.
Dude, it's like to the point where when when BioWare releases a remastered Mass Effect version, you have no idea how much money I'm willing to spend just to get that.
Mass Effect is really good. We haven't even beat the third one yet, or sorry, the second one yet. But we love every minute of it.
Dude, give Shepard better eyebrows. Oh my gosh.
That's all the questions.
Awesome.
So,
we went through it. This has
whoa.
got to be like a two-parter or something.
It's long, so we'll see. We'll see how it looks.
I have a question for Allie.
Ooh, yee.
Unless you've already answered this and maybe I missed it. What's
No,
your
go.
favorite Allie hasn't that you've done so far?
I think I know the answer.
I'm trying to recall. I've definitely said, like, this is my favorite one.
It's Pop Music Part 2.
No, it's Allie hasn't played Pogs. Come on.
That one was fun. That's one of my favorites.
I know that I had a lot of fun with that one. I was also really hopped up on caffeine, and I was sleep deprived, and I had
It's
also...
true, yeah, you were wired.
Yeah, because I just come home from work. I think it was that one, and I think I said that was my favorite one that topped Christmas Carol. Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, yeah, the Muppets Christmas Carol was one you really liked, and you also really liked The Tick.
The tick was weird. I like that one. But yes, I think you're right. Was the pop one was...
Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Part 2.
I thought was a...
Because I did so well.
And yours was Pogs one?
Pogs is one of my favorites. I have a fondness for the first one because of just how raw the experience was, because we didn't exactly know what we were doing.
And
it's kind of like, then
you
first
teared
episode
up.
of Beast Wednesday.
You teared up at the death
well,
of Mufasa.
Well,
Nobody tears
who
up.
wouldn't?
I didn't. I don't have the same emotional connection.
I'm pretty proud of the series as a whole.
Not too bad, that one.
I got one for Doug then.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Beast Wars Wednesday?
Favorite Beast Wars Wednesday episode? I have a fondness for some of the ones that really break the formula. There are Halloween specials. Our Christmas special was really fun to make.
The Halloween was fucking funny.
I like the skeleton ones where you guys are cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Why did we even start doing the jokes for that one?
I don't know. Just
The first year was best.
There's a few things where I don't exactly know how they came to be.
We accidentally missed our deadline by like a week, and the 2 following weeks would have been Halloween. So we were like, and then it was the episode Possession. We're like, well,
Yeah,
it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And then we took all of our Halloween displays and we put them in here, and it took us all night to decorate it.
And then I think we decorated it out, and then we decided to come. I came back like the next day and we shot it. We shot the video, and
This is before we had the actual skeletons. We had like the ghosts skeleton, and then we had the one styrofoam one.
and I the moment I took on the skeleton thing, I just did Skeletor's voice.
Do you have a favorite episode that you guys have done?
Possession.
Okay.
First one. There was the one where we also played all the shitty Beast Wars video games.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Mordo of the Deep. And you can clearly see you
I remember that
articulating
video.
his hands, and you're under a blanket.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just that kind of like crafty, like we're just gonna make this, and we don't really care how good it looks. We're just gonna try our best and make it work.
And the fact though that it evolved from like telling a couple jokes and then us doing the regular review to adding Mordo, and then somehow, some way, in the moment, we were just like, what if we get the Eternal Damnation died or whatever or something.
Thanks everybody. Hope you enjoyed our Q&A. Maybe we'll do this again sometime, but probably not for a while. And if you have any more questions, ask them in the comments, and we'll type some answers.
Yeah. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy.
Tell your mom.
And tell your mom.